And welcome back. So in this session, I'm going to cover a few important things that is specifically related with the installers. Okay, like what are the different editions of the WebSphere, what are the different installers, how you can download the installers, and then how you can install the WebSphere. Overall, this is very important to understand to know the complete end-to-end installers and process of the installation along with the different kind of editions of the WebSphere. Okay, so now let us first talk about the different kind of additions. Okay, so every product has a different kind of additions. Okay, and additions mean that is specifically for the licensing, the kind of a features that you want to enable in your environment. For that, there are different additions of each and every softwares, and for each and every additions, you will have a separate licensing cost. Okay, so now again, when we talk about the business, so we have a multiple kind of business like small scale, medium scale, okay, and large scale business are there. Now, depend on your business and requirement, you can choose the different additions that are available for the web space. Okay, so far in the multiple sessions along with the architecture, we have learned about few features about like high availability. Right, in high availability, we learn about that we have a clustering feature where we can club the multiple applications, running application servers for the high availability in the cluster. Right, which provide the many benefits like the load balancing, it provide the failover, it provide the session replication, right? So these are the highly available environment where we have a multiple instances, and these specifically suited best suited for the large scale business. Okay, and when we talk about the small scale or sometimes the medium scale business, okay, so these configurations, these highly available configurations are not really required because according to the budget, okay, of the small scale and medium scale environments, okay, this will be very costly. Okay, because the cost of this kind of additions where we have the high availability clustering features like all these features, so this is a bit costlier. So though they mostly prefer some different additions. Right. So large scale go for these kind of additions, which is specifically related with the high availability configurations. Now, so now considering all these small, medium, and large scale business, okay, they have a different kind of additions from the IBM for WebSphere. Okay, the basic additions are the very first thing is WebSphere network deployment. Network deployment. This is the first addition. Second is your app server, which refer as a base. Okay, and then along with that we have a third addition which is called the WebSphere Liberty. Okay, so Liberty is something a different product specifically when we compare with the network deployment and app servers. It is a kind of a WebSphere application server only. Okay, but it has some different features and it has been designed for some different purpose. Okay, I will explain it as well. Okay, so basically the main two you can say the additions are network deployment and app server base. Along with that, we have one more which is referred as the hybrid. Okay, so from hybrid, it is very clear it is a combination of all. Okay, now suppose that you want to utilize the Liberty app server base network deployment and everything. There are apart from that, there are multiple more features are there. Okay, so hybrid edition is there. Okay, which provide you all the features, and that is specifically used by the large organizations. Along with that, this network deployment edition also used by the large organizations. Okay, so now what is the difference here? It's a very straightforward difference. What we have learned about the network deployment, there we can have the multiple application servers, just like we discussed here in the cluster, which we can control from a single location. And this is our network deployment, which is also referred to the deployment manager, right? So this feature only available with the high availability configuration. So that means when if you wanted to use these kind of a architecture in your production environments, or specifically maybe you are running the large scale business, okay, but sometime the medium scale also use these kind of architecture. So in that case, you have to go with the network deployment edition. Network deployment edition. Okay, and if you are in a small scale or medium scale where you really don't need the high availability, okay, so you can go for the this base edition. Okay, this provide you the basic application server, okay, with all the features that is required to support your Java based applications. Okay, the only thing is that you can't utilize the clustering feature and the centralized deployment manager for the complete end-to-end management, right? So this is the difference between your addition deployment network deployment edition, and then you have simple application server base edition. Okay, so this liberty, they is specifically for the microservices. Microservices. Okay, so maybe using some containerization solutions like the Docker, and then orchestration solutions like Kubernetes, and then you have multiple microservices. Okay, so for microservices, we really don't need these kind of a monolithic application servers, which is very heavy, right? Because these are the very heavy application servers, because this has the features of these had all these the app servers has the multiple features, right? All the functionalities are inbuilt in the same application server. For example, you would go for the deployment, you go for the messaging, JMS, data source configurations, multiple other configurations. So every features are available in this particular monolithic servers, right? But if you are running the microservices, then definitely you don't need all of these kind of features that is enabled in the traditional application servers, right? So you may be using some of the features only, few features only, not all. So why you need this monolithic application server? So for that, the IBM has this Liberty, okay, which is specifically designed for the microservices. So this is a very lightweight application server, okay, which can be start stop within a fraction of seconds, okay, and you can enable whatever the feature that you want for your microservices. You don't need to enable all the features that come in the traditional application server. Okay, you have the liberty, you can enable the different features that you would like to enable in your application server, and then you can deploy your microservices. So this liberty is specifically designed for the microservices that is specifically we use in the in the multiple containerized solutions like the Docker. Okay, so now these are the different editions. So hybrid, as I said, it is a combination of all these editions. If you buy the hybrid, then you will get all the features, along with that few more multiple features from the IBM, right? So these about the additions. Now let us come to the installers, okay, and then how we install the WebSphere. Okay, so now when we talk about the installers, or you can say the software, okay, so you have two options. The very first thing, download from IBM Passport Advantage website or portal. Okay, so the IBM portal from where you can download the WebSphere is called the IBM Passport Advantage portal. Okay, but for this you need a valid IBM ID. That means you should have a valid license. Only after that you can able to log in and download the software from here. That means one thing is very clear. For your testing learning purpose, you cannot download the software. This is the very first thing. Okay, what is the alternate of that, right? You want to do to install and configure for learning purpose, for a learning purpose, so we have some different options for that. Okay, now apart from this option where you can download from the IBM Passport Advantage website with the valid license, okay, we have the option other, which is called the installation manager. Installation manager, this is other tool from the IBM, okay, to download and install the multiple stack, not only the application server. Okay, so you can download this installation manager from the IBM website. You need to create an account. This will be a free account. You can create a free account on the IBM website. Then you can log into the website and you can download the installation manager. And then you can install it in your Windows, or you can install it on your Linux machine. Okay, so once the installation manager is there, okay, then you can automatically download plus install the WebSphere on your machine. Okay, but the difference is that this will not allow you to download the traditional software just like we can download from the website. This download will be automatically configured with this installation manager. That means you just need to provide installation directory in your system. It will automatically download, extract, and then install the WebSphere in the specified directory in your system. Okay, that means you will not have the traditional software here, just like this one. Okay, this is completely automated, right? But still you have option for your demo and learning purpose. You can use the installation manager, and with the help of installation manager, you can download directly in your local system and install in your local system. The only thing, you can create a free account in the IBM website, right? So this is the way, another way that we will follow, okay, for the installation of the application server using the installation manager. Okay, so now when we say the installation using the installation manager, then again we have two methods for this installation manager. installation manager, IM, short form IM. Okay. So one is using the graphical user interface. Second is using the CLI, command line interface. Okay. For example, if you are on a Windows machine and you can use the graphical user interface, so you can start this installation manager. It will initiate the graphical user interface wizard. Okay, and then you can log in with your free IBM account. Okay, so once log in with the free IBM account, you can provide an installation directory. You can select the product like the VAS, and it will install for you. This is the graphical user interface. But suppose that you are in a Linux, like the Unix based OS, like you are in a Linux machine, and you do not have the access for the graphical user interface. So for that, you can install with the help of command line, and for that we have a command imcl. IMCL is a command line utility that automatically installed when you install the installation manager. Okay, with the help of this IMCL command, we run it like /IMCL, and then we provide the multiple arguments here for installation. Okay, with the help of this IMCL command, we can even automate the installation, and with the help of this command, we install the your WebSphere in the environment where you do not have the graphical user interface environment. If you want to utilize this utility for Windows, then you can use it for Windows as well. If you don't want to go with the graphical user interface method, you can use this on the Windows as well for the installation of your WebSphere. Okay, but the prerequisite, you have to create a free account on the IBM website, and after that you can install it. Right. So now the last thing, the last important thing for the installation, when I say that we do not have access to the IBM website to download the software without a valid license, right? So we have now installation manager. With the help of that, we can directly download from the online repository. Okay. So for that, you should know about the IBM online repositories. Okay. Repositories means when I say that I installation manager download and then install automatically. So that means this installation manager has to reach some repository, online repositories, right, which should be accessible publicly, and then from here it will download and install in your system. So this repository you should know, because when you run the IM for the installation, you have to provide the location, you have to provide URL for repository, which product you are going to install. If you are going to install WebSphere, then you should know about where is the WebSphere repository, because that repository need to be provided when you are installing using the installation manager. Okay, and that is available publicly. So here you can say this is the IBM website, and here you can see they have a different profile, public repositories here. Okay, for the application servers, for each and a different OS, they have a different your repositories. Okay, so you have a repository for the network deployment, you have a repository for the application server base. Similarly, you have the repository for other software as well from the IBM WebSphere. Okay, you can go to Google and just search for the IBM WebSphere repository, then you will get a URL. Okay, and then you can see all these repositories. So these repositories you need to take, and then you need to provide in the installation manager when you will run the installation here. Right. So that means we have only option left with us for training purpose is the using of the installation manager. And using the installation manager, either you go with the graphical user interface method, or you can go with the CLI method, IMCL command. Okay, and for that you need a free account in the IBM website, and along with that you need the repository location, which you can also locate from the internet as well. And once this information is ready, we are good to for the installation. Right. So now hope it is clear to you the different kind of additions, installations, how to download, what are the different methods of installing the WebSphere, right? And we'll see all these things in the executions.